That's pretty cool, man. I tried that
That
as a
is
kid, and,
that is
and it lasted
darn
like 4
cool.
weeks.
I should have told Joey we were going live. But hey, Joey, we're going live. We were talking about avocado trees, one of the many things Joey is knowledgeable about. So
Yeah.
I am stalling right now and make sure our Instagram goes up live. But here we go, folks. This is Brian Hernandez. I am here with Joey Karvelas of Karvelas Pizza Co. We're going to be talking about the Pizza Power Forum happening September 4th and 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. It's kind of right in your own backyard, isn't it, Joey?
It is right up the street.
Well, I was making the thumbnail for this the other day, and I didn't realize what I could put on it as where you're from, and then I'm even looking at your 6 locations here: Hogansville, LaGrange, Noonan, West Point, Peachtree, Senoia. How do you say that? Senoia?
It's a mystery, but I was asking the locals there, and they all kind of say a little bit different. But I talked to some people last night. Actually, they've been there 30 years. They say boy, Senoia. I'm like, okay.
I was gonna say Senoia.
That's where the Walking Dead is filmed.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, they are getting all the best pizza out there in Georgia. We were just talking with Alessio Lacco the other day about perfecting your dough and some of the celebrity stories that he's got. So, with that being said, guys, I want to let you know that you can ask your questions live here. Just put them in the comments section. I'm going to be trying to monitor the Facebooks and the Instagrams and maybe even the YouTubes, I guess. It's too many things. But we are going to be talking about again about dough, but pizza in Atlanta, basically. Atlanta is a pizza place now, a pizza destination. And I really wanted to talk to you, Joey, about kind of perfecting your dough for your region, because you're going to be on this perfecting your dough panel with like 3 or 4 other people. And you do a New York style, inspired maybe, but down south. I don't know if there's any Southern flair on it, or if it's just you took New York, put it in the South, and then people loved it. Why don't you tell us who you are, what you do? Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
My daddy is Jim Karvelas. I'm with us any longer. Now, I'm Joey Karvelas from Hogansville, Georgia, and I make pizzas for a living. I started out about, 10 years ago in my little shop, 900 square foot, pickup delivery. And within a few years, we didn't do delivery. We were just focusing on dine-in, takeout. 10 years later, I've got a couple partners. They're both my brothers, and we've got 6 locations. And we're busier than ever. And I'd like to say we perfected our dough. I perfected the dough probably the first year of business, right? So
okay. So you perfected your dough the first year of business, which is funny because you just told me, we were talking earlier, that you got inspired or you took a class or something and you just learned so much more. You have since been educated since you perfected your dough then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I learned more about the flour that I use and some of the products that they have, General Mills, and some of the unbromated products that they use. How people are talking about the bromated flours is bad for you. They also have a product, the product that's unbromated. It's a lot healthier for you. But like they just learned about protein levels and how that's when you're baking. It's about protein. So the lowest protein is going to be your cake batter. So you pour cake batter, and then your highest protein would be like New York style pizzas, bagels, the real chewy stuff, which is about 14.3, 14.5% protein level. Obviously cake batter is around 7.5, 8% protein. So everything in between that, different protein levels, you can get a different taste, a different texture. So if you're looking at a New York style, you're going to be way up here. If you're looking at making a Chicago cracker crust, it's going to be kind of mid-level. Same thing with the Detroit style, and we can talk about where all those things fall in that scale. But then then once you get your recipe, I think that my opinion on really perfecting your dough is all about the process in between making it and using it. And
Mm-hmm.
you hear a
Okay.
lot about that stuff with people aging their dough, and it's you can call it whatever you want to call it. You keep it really simple, but that's it. It's the recipe's really just it's just a piece of it. The main ingredient is that gap between using it and making it, and that's what I learned
So,
that first year of making pizza every day, every day, every day.
well, and that's I didn't mean to. I didn't want to interrupt you either. I wanted to say earlier. I didn't mean to make it sound like you were uneducated after you thought you perfected your dough. I wanted to reword
Oh,
it, but say that you got your you got to a comfortable position, and then you started educating yourself more beyond that, and realized that there's so much that there's still left to learn for everybody. But I like the fact now that you can come back and kind of tell us everything that you've learned at the Pizza Power Forum, September 4th and 5th, guys. Sign up today, pizzapowerforum.com. It's going to be great. We're going to have Joey and at least 17 other pizza speakers, 16 others, I believe. And that's not to mention the QSR and FSR conference going on with their keynote speakers as well. So 2 days of fun. And it's an intimate setting, which is what I like, because then people can actually ask you questions at the panels or even just hear what you have to say. And then when they see you at the water cooler, kind of corner you. And that's what I keep telling them is I'm not going to protect any of these guys. If you get them cornered, they're on their own. So come on out. If you have other questions you want these guys to answer. Pizza Buzz Fort Worth. Is that Fort Worth, Texas? You used to live out there. Even if it's not Pizza Buzz Fort Worth, he says, is pickle pizza famous in Atlanta? That sounds like a legitimate question, and people want to know. Is that a thing? Is it famous there? I know pickles on pizza is becoming more of a thing, but
Well, I think it could be a thing because people love pickles down here. It's good on a fried chicken sandwich. So
well,
it's good on a
that's
burger
true.
too.
Well, I
But
was
yeah,
just
I
saying,
mean,
do you have pickles on any of your pizzas?
I think more than anything, a ranch is becoming very popular in the South when it comes to pizza. It's
Really?
kind of like pineapple. Like people would never put pineapple on their pizza. You know, people say about ranch, but down here, man, it's nuts. They just drink it. They bathe in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I never used to like it, and then Pizza X, their ranch is just so good. It was just one of those things. And then I can't buy it. It had to be that ranch. So, all right. Well, I mean, pickles are out there on the pizza. I could see just doing like some kind of breaded chicken pizza, and then pickles as well. I'm a fan of it. So, apparently, I guess I was asking, do you have anything on your menu that has pickles on the pizza?
I actually do a fried pickle. So we get pickled chips, the thin hamburger
Yep.
dill pickle chips, and I want to say 55-gallon buckets a week, and we fry
Whoa.
up that many pickles every week. We serve with two, nice portion size of ranch, and they even want more ranch with it. I mean, it's a plate that big. I mean, just it's huge.
My mouth is watering. So no more pickles. Let's talk about some dough real quick. You're gonna the Atlanta market. That's something that you've been studying for quite a while and growing up in pizza wise. And your dough is kind of a transplant. It's more of a New York style. Is that something where you kind of have to train the people down there? Did you have to kind of adjust or tailor your pizza dough down there? And do you recommend, what are some tricks for, I guess, tailoring a pizza dough for different regions? I guess you can use the South as an example since that's where you're from. But how important is that?
I kind of, my opinion is like you got to find the style you like first, right? And what you're comfortable with making. We could get into that whole kind of business kitchen setup and how easy it is to clean and all this, that, and the other. But I mean, what do you like doing? So I really enjoy the round New York style. That's where I got all my experience at. I was comfortable with that. I knew how to make it really good. I felt like I did anyway. When I got into it, though, I realized I need some time by myself because I used to work for other people and I had to do what their recipes. But Atlanta, if you go around, we've got some good pizza shops here. There's a guy named Antico in Atlanta, Giovanni, I think his name is. He's kind of like the pizza king in Atlanta. Like he does the Neapolitan 60-second, 90-second cook time. They're
Okay.
big though. They're almost like a 16-inch. So he's got his kind of own little vibe going on. And what he's kind of what he has created up there is he gets the Calabrian chili peppers and he
Mhm.
chops them up, and then he has fresh garlic. And you can go up there and you can get you a little bit of Calabrian, a little bit of garlic, and put as much as you want. Put it on your pizza. Um, there's no frills. It is a warehouse. And so it's like people are just flocking over. He's open. If he's got one in the Battery by the Atlanta Braves Stadium now, it's crazy, man. But so that's a really cool spot in Atlanta. Then you got Fellini's. I think Fellini's is kind of like a New York. It's a New York style, but they do just pizza slices and calzones.
Mhm.
They don't have any. I don't think they have any deep fryers, but they're an Atlanta favorite, and it's just they have their own vibe, their own little feel. But it's a New York, it's a play on New York style there, and then it's a play on Neapolitan style at Antico's, and then obviously Karvelas Pizza. It's further south. We call it
Right.
OTP, outside the perimeter, but you got a lot of good pizza shops up there. But I would think that if we are in that arena, we'd be one of those, one of those spots you had to hit when you got to Atlanta. It's just a little further
Stand outs
outside.
I think it's still drivable to go get a certain style of pizza or one person's pizza. I mean, I would drive. How far are you away? Like 40 minutes?
Yeah, our closest one's probably about 40 minutes.
I'd drive
And
40
then our
minutes.
furthest one's probably an hour and a half, hour and
Did
10
you
minutes.
did you say his Neapolitan style pizzas were 16 inches?
Yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, they're probably 16.
But he's doing them at like
Maybe,
the
maybe
800
maybe
degrees in
more.
like 3 minutes, 90 seconds or whatever. 90 seconds.
Dude, it's fast. It's 60 seconds. It's
Wow.
quick.
I've never seen that big before. That's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
why I'm
actually
thinking
went
like it's impossible, but
his brother Giuseppe. I talked to him when they have another place called Gio's. They do just Sicilian slices, and it's right there beside Antico's. But I went there and talked to him. He showed me their dough room. They took me where they make all their dough for all their locations, and they ship it out in the process. And it was a good little operation there. Really nice.
well, and that's another reason I wanted to talk to you because man, you are a I don't want to say Atlanta native, but local. That's the word I'm kind of looking for. And as someone who is, I guess, what did you say, OTP? What do you
Yeah.
have? What do you do to kind of bring the P to you? The perimeter. I guess the people would be a good people. I got to get off that track. That's
I linked up with a guy in Atlanta. His name is Steak Shapiro. He's like he's been on Food Network, and he owns the Atlanta Eats. Like it's like a TV show in Atlanta, and he hosts. He highlights all the really good restaurants in Atlanta. Of course, Karvelas Pizza has been on there a few times, but I've actually kind of worked with him
right.
on doing a cooking show on that series or I have my own cooking show series on his network. So it's kind of local in Georgia, the whole state of Georgia. So we, with that show, we've definitely seen people come in and want to come try our food out and drive from Atlanta. But just social media in general, people sharing stuff, people talking about it. Been around for 10 years. I mean, we definitely have a following up in Atlanta, above Atlanta, really all over Georgia.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I was looking at it, and you've got great pictures. Your pictures are always really good, and you put up a lot of fun videos, and show what the culture's like for the most. For people who aren't there, what it's like to kind of be a pizzeria employee a lot. And I've seen you on those on that show a couple times, a couple of the episodes. It's really fun. But you also went off and started your own. I don't want to say you started your own show, but you guys have. I'm trying to find one of them. It's just so much, man. You guys are there. There you go, Senwa. Anyway, we'll leave it at that picture. But you guys started doing an in-house like Karvelas show and putting that on your social medias. I know Alex Kuntz is doing his. He's got his YouTube and podcasts. I have a hard time keeping them straight, but I mean, is that the route you see everybody going to get everything marketed out there, to grab like the attention of the big city crowds? I mean, it's
Well,
just with today's technology. I mean,
yeah, it's the easy way. It's the more affordable way to. It's really the only way to advertise right now. There's other ways, but I mean that's where everybody's at. They're
really okay.
just looking
That's
constantly.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're super excited about coming out there to Atlanta. Again, you're going to be on this panel with other people, like 3 other people, about this perfecting your dough, and I really want to hear, what your thoughts on when we get there. I'm not going to ask you any more questions of it, but what your thoughts are on, especially regionalizing something from a different area, teaching people, or just creating something new. And especially all this, everything that you've said you've learned since then. You're getting into the science of it now. And I'm not there yet. I'm a good mimicker. I'm trying to get to that science point. I'm working my way there. So,
Well, I tell you what,
what?
man. The way really, at the end of the day, I want to talk about keeping things simple because
Right.
you're getting into the business. If you're already in the business, you already know. I mean, there's a lot going on. If you get more stores, more people, there's just so much to think about. You don't have to overcomplicate your recipes. And once you find it, stick with it because that's people they come back for that consistency and believe in
Yeah.
it. Like believe in your product. Don't think you're just because you made it, it's not that great. I mean, it's good. So
Well,
keeping things simple is definitely what we're going to be talking about, and about dough, about how to make that dough the right way. Any dough.
you're not the first one who said, just keeping it simple. So, and we all grew up with Kiss. Anybody, most people in the pizza industry know about it. So it's definitely a good way to, it's a good rule to live by. So anybody interested in coming out, I'm super excited about you, like maybe talking with you a little bit more in the future and you giving some of the Atlanta pizza secrets away. Some of the best places for us to all visit because we can all we'll all be there for a couple nights together, guys. It's very intimate. Downtown Marriott, September 4th to 5th. So,
I will
I
say
know
that
we have a first.
you gotta check out Ford Fry spots. You ever heard Ford Fry? Look him up. He's kind of a celebrity. Got several
Four Fry.
concepts in Atlanta, but Super Rica is one of them, and then Little Ray is just kind of fast casual. Really good, like Tex-Mex food. Really good.
Okay. All right. See, they keep coming, guys. And that's just, today. Who knows what's going to happen when we just get on the scene. So I did want to say that we will be talking with Alexandra Castro, I believe on Thursday. It's going to be 3:00 Central this time. She's going to be talking about, she's another one who's on the dough panel, but we're going to be asking her about building a menu that performs. She's also going to be speaking about that, getting something that, kind of speaks to your customers and something that's, affordable. Not exactly sure what she means by that. That's what I'm going to ask her. Joey, why don't you tune in and ask a couple questions? But I was going to say, what's your final thought on dough? I think you summed it up nicely. What's your final thought on this Pizza Power Forum and conferences like this and pizza in Atlanta? Go.
I'm really looking forward to networking with all you guys coming, and I'm looking to learn more. I can always learn, but I'm really looking forward to not having to travel too far away either. I can drive home tonight. So if you're seeing this and you're available that night and you're in the Atlanta area, come check it out. If you want to learn a little bit more about pizza and in it QSR, there's going to be some pretty big guys with all the CEOs for like McDonald's, Popeyes.
Yes, absolutely. And Pizza Buzz Fort Worth, I'm going to write that down because I'm going to try to swing by there. I still got friends there, but it's like you said, the networking, and I really like how you were humble about, at first your dough was perfected. My dough's perfected. And then you realized you had more to learn and you didn't, say, I'm going to stay where I'm at. You took the opportunity to learn more and then being able to share that leading to the networking, which is, that's a beautiful thing about, I don't know if it's the restaurant industry in general, but the pizza industry is very open and giving. So I love how much we share with each other. So the networking is always the best part of it. I don't know about other shows, but for pizza guys, that's always the best part. So, Yeah, oh yeah, and I was gonna say we are our sister magazines, QSR and FSR, full service restaurant and quick service restaurant. You guys all know the magazines. You probably seen them, probably get them. But like Joey said, they got some big name speakers. If you want to check out who they are and what they're going to be talking about, go to pizzapowerforum.com. And while you're there, why don't you go ahead and register? There'll be a meet and greet pizza party on the 3rd, and pizza shenanigans ensue on the 4th. So without further ado, Joey, thank you so much for your time. Everybody check out one of the 6 Karvelas Pizza Co locations in the Atlanta area. And I'll see you guys in September. Take it easy, Joey. Take it easy, world.
Thanks a lot, man.